Very good.
Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for being here promptly on time, and I sincerely apologize for starting late. They are here, the speaker is here, but they have gone the back way and they are kind of lost here, so they are finding their way back. So we'll start in a few minutes. Thank you so much. So I'll just use this time to speak a little bit about this program. So basically, this is the Symposium on Ancient Science. I think my voice is loud enough. It's a Symposium on Ancient Science, and it's a two-day event. So today is the first session. This is on Siddha medicine. The second session is following a lunch break, which starts at 1:15. So you're welcome to join if you have space. It's in the same hall. It's not in this hall, but in a different hall, but in the same building. And then we have another program, which is an Acupressure program workshop, which is taking place at 6 to 8 in the evening. And the location is, it's actually near Aviation Parkway on, I think it's Beer Cat Avenue. It's Beer Cat Avenue. So if you need the address, if you need any address for any of the events, please contact one of the volunteers and we'll let you know. And then we also have programs tomorrow. Tomorrow's programs take place in the community center, Apex Community Center. It's on 100th Street, a little bit more down the road and on the left. So if you have never been there before, I would advise coming a little bit earlier because you could get lost. It's not clearly visible from the video. So tomorrow's programs, morning session is going to be on yoga workshops, different types of yogas. And it's all going to be short durations, meaning an hour or so of each program. And then in the afternoon, after a lunch break, we have some meditation sessions and other programs also, other talks and lectures. So you're welcome to attend all of them.
We are the speakers.
We'll get started. My name is Lakshmanan. I'll be the MC for 2 days. So I will begin this program with a short divine invocation. So again, welcome to you all on behalf of WISE, Sky Yoga, and Valala Vision. Welcome you all, and once again, we get the program started with a small divine invocation by our leader. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey. सबसे शक्तिमान देव है वह, सर्वव्यापी अनंत है वह। सबसे शक्तिमान देव है वह, सर्वव्यापी अनंत है वह। सुनने से तू मत मानो, स्वयं ही सोच विचार करो। सुनने से तू मत मानो, स्वयं ही सोच विचार करो। तन में है वह कार्य कला, प्राण और जीवन में प्रज्ञा है। अनपढ़ और विद्वानों में कर्म का फल है, सुख दुख है। उसकी चलन है अनुशक्ति, अनु का परिपक्व मेद है तू। उसकी चलन है अनुशक्ति, अनु का परिपक्व मेद है तू। उसमें है तू तुझ में वह और तुम अलग ही है कहाँ, उसमें है तो तुझ में वह और तुम अलग ही है कहाँ। उसे बोलो तो तू छोटा, उसे जानो तो है महान। उसे बोलो तो तू छोटा, उसे जानो तो है महान। और तुम्हें जाना ही ज्ञान की शिखर है, वही मुक्ति ज्ञान की शिखर है, वही मुक्ति ज्ञान की शिखर है, वही मुक्ति। So this is the meaning of the song that I just sang in English. It is the omnipotent divine, present everywhere fully. Don't you believe it because you just heard it? By self-inquiry, study and contemplation, realize the truth yourself. He is the powerful working order in the physical body. He is the consciousness in everything. He comes as pain or pleasure as a result of one's own actions, whether one is a scholar or is illiterate. The power in the minutest particle is the action, and you are a highly evolved combination of these. You are in him, and he is in you. So who is he, and who are you? Where is the separation? If you forget him, you are small. If you realize him, you are great. When you realize that he and you are one, that is perfection of consciousness, and that is liberation. Thank you.
Thank you, Aki, for the wonderful presentation. It was indeed very serene. So I'll, without further ado, I'll like to introduce our first guest speaker, Dr. Shanmugam. He has a MD and PhD in Siddha, is the secretary and Siddha consultant of Health India Foundation Clinic for Integrated Siddha and Allopathic Medicine. He is a founding member and director of World Siddha Trust and also a research professor at World Institute for Scientific Exploration, WISE, at Baltimore. He has contributed for more than 15 years for developing Siddha's system and has 7 years of research experience in Siddha allopathic integrative medicine. He served in a WHO-sponsored project entitled Development and Publication of Siddha Treatment Guidelines for Selected Diseases. As a principal investigator, he analyzed medical and health-related yoga concepts of Tirumandiram, a Tamil-based ancient literature, and has compiled a research report. Apart from delivering health lectures to students, Dr. Shunmugam is an experienced physician who has presented more than 32 research papers in national and international conferences. I now request you to introduce places. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
No. Yes. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I thank Dr. Shanmugamurthy Lakshmanan, Mr. Vikram, and Aarti for this wonderful opportunity to give the introductory lecture to this session. I am Dr. Selva Shunmugam. Siddha system of medicine. Yes, it's audible.
Yeah.
Siddha system of medicine is the ancient medical system of the world, contemporaneous to the Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Grecian systems. Its origin goes back to 10,000 BC to 4,000 BC. Archaeologists and literature analysts postulate that this system of medicine, that is, this Siddha system of medicine is evolved in Kumari continent, also called the Lemuria continent. This is so-called Gondwana land, submerged in the vast Indian Ocean. This land is described in Tamil as well as the Sanskrit literature. First described as Kumari Nadu, that is Kumari land, by the Suryanarayana Sastri. Lately, he called it as Suryanarayana Sastri's Paridi Markanai in later stage. So, this is the origin. The Siddha system covers each and every day's activities and every human life's senses are covered in this Siddha system. It covers every elements and facets of human life. I would like to introduce the Siddhas. The term Siddha has derived from the word Siddhi, the attainment of bliss, that is supernatural power, is called Siddhi. The Siddha who were formulators of this unique system of medicine have been specifically described as Arivan in Tolkapi. Tolkapi is the ancient Tamil. The Siddha system is based on the eternal wisdom of 18 Siddhas who have attained this system through the cosmic consciousness, religion, introspection, and meditation. The main objectives of this system are healthy life, peace, wisdom, and bliss. This is the basis for Siddha system. This is the 5 elemental theory. Earth, water, and fire. These are the 5 basic elements. These are the base for our body as well as the space as well as the universe, the microcosm and the macrocosm. The basic elements. Any disturbance?
We ask people.
The 5 basic elements are the base for the body as well as the universe. The unity or the basic principle of Siddha system of medicine. Siddha The Siddha treatment concept of Siddha system is uniting microcosm as well as the macrocosm. That's the basic principle for that. This is the fundamental tissues of our body. First one is the saram. It is more or less likely to related to the blood plasma and parenchyma and the lymph. The second dhatu is seni, that is blood. Third one is wound, that is the muscle tissue. Fourth one is the kolupu. This is more or less equal to the fatty tissue. Fourth one is the bone tissue. Fifth one is the mulai. The explanation is given in this slide. Saram gives mental and physical perseverance. Senir, that is the blood, imparts the color of the body. Also, this is the basis for intellect for an individual. The third one is the muscle tissue. It gives the shapes to the body according to the physical activity. The fourth one is the fatty tissue that lubricates the joints and other parts of the body. The fifth one is the bone. The sixth one is the mulai. This is bone marrow as well as the brain cells are the basis for this mulai tissue. Bone marrow gives strength as well as the softness of the bones and also responsible for the production of blood cells, and immune system. The seventh and foremost important tissue is succulum or suronism, which is responsible for the reproduction. This is the three aspects of life force. That is Vada, Pitta, Kapha. This is the body. All the three life forces are based on the 5 elements. Body or Vayu is basis for our body activities. Alam is mentioned in Sanskrit as Pittam. Ayam is mentioned as coolness or Kapha. Some important properties of body. The motivation and respiration is the main for body. I think this is not coming inside.
Both places he wants to see.
Yes. Is it here?
If you want, I can help you.
No. Okay. So the motivation and respiration is the main important functions of Vadam or body. This is activate our body and mind to regulate the 14 different kinds of natural reflexes. That is, yawning and coughing are the basic reflexes of our body. These are mainly controlled by this Vada principle, that is body. To activate and coordinate the fundamental tissues, all the 7 fundamental tissues we saw in the previous slide, the fundamental tissues are activated and coordinated by the Vada principle or body principle. That also strengthens the 5 sense organs. Some abnormal functions of deranged body. This is the pathology of Vada. According to Siddha, the body ache and pain, this muscular pain and bone pain, joint pains are mainly made up of the deranged body, based on the deranged body. Pricking pain is based for the peripheral neuritis. You all know about neurological disorder. This is based for Vada, derangement. Pain and pricking pain and debility is the main symptoms for deranged Vada functions. Tremor, rigidity, dryness, throbbing pain, traumatic pain, and dislocation of joints, weakness of functions of organs, and loss of functions. Dryness is the main pathology in this condition. So constipation, concentrated urine, and thirst are the main symptoms for the deranged Vada. This is the classification of body. There is 10 types of Vada principles in our body. First is Uir body, there is like air of life. Second one is Kelokal. This is also called Avana Vayu in Ayurveda. This is air of downward motion. This is main for urination, motion, and also delivery. Melokal. This is the upward motion. This is main reason for the vomiting and salivation. This is the Paravukal, the fourth one. This is also called Vyana Vayu in Ayurveda. Spreads all over the body. This is the main function is circulation and neurological functions. Nadukal, also called the Samana Vayu in Ayurveda, this is the balancing force of all the 10 other vayus. An organ, very important vayu for higher intellectual functions. Purman lies, the sixth, the seventh vayu. Purman lies in the eyes. Winking, yawning, and lacrimal secretions are the main functions for Purman. Puricaran lies in the tongue and causes nasal and salivary secretions, sneezing, and also induces hunger and concentration. Devadattan and Dhananjayan are the other two vayus. This is 10 types of vayus. The second principle, the second major bioenergetic principle of our life force is Alal, also called Pittam. Pittam maintains body temperature, produces heat energy, produces blood constituents, produces determination, and enhances the food taste. Some abnormal functions of deranged Alal are mentioned in this slide, which produces reddish or yellowish discoloration of the body, also produce burning sensation and sweating. It also produces the anger, arrogance, and inaction. These are all the major classification of Alal. That is Pittam. Akkanal, this is the fire of digestion. Vannari produces the color of the blood. Achalangi is the fire for energy. Ullolithi, this is also called in Ayurveda, that is Prasakapita, fire of brightness. Nokanal is the fire of vision. These are all the main functions of Ayam, that is Kavam. Maintain our body temperature, produces coolness, solidity, and tenacity. Nature of non-changeability, viscous. Formation of joints. Ability to withstand hunger, thirst, and temperature. Produces strength and knowledge. Some abnormal functions of deranged Ahimsa are greasiness, roughness all over the body, heaviness of the bones, restrictions of the joint movements, pallor, indigestion, deep sleep, sweet taste in the tongue. These are all the major signs of deranged Ayam. The classification of Ayam are 5. This first one is the Ayam. This is the main function is respiration. Need Ayam, digestion. Suvaikan Ayam. This is the taste. Ayam for taste. Nerevu Ayam. This is the vision. This is lies in the eyes and produce vision and lacrimal secretion and eye secretions. Ondri Ayam, this is the functions of joints. This is mainly, these are all the basic bioenergetic principles and our structure and functions of the body. We are low. The next main topic is relation between the primordial elements, the basic elements, and the taste. The input taste is made up of that is air and water principle. The sour taste is made up of air and fire principle. The salt taste is made up of water and fire principle. The bitter taste made up of vayu and wind, that is air and space principles. Karpu taste is made up of vayu and heat, that is air and fire principles. Tuvarpu taste, that is astringent taste, is made up of earth and air. These are all the base for our Siddha system of medicine. First, herbal medicine, metals and minerals. That is the third one is the materials from animal origin. That is conch, beard, like animal origin based. These are some exclusivities of Siddha system of medicine. The first one is Varma. The location of life centers in the human body is called as Varma. The second one is Kayakalpam, rejuvenating the entire human system. This is a special type of training provided by the sky system. Vohakale, also called yoga, attaining bliss, physical and mental spiritual practices. Rasavalam is known as alchemy, the transmutation of elements. This is the ancestor for modern chemistry and pharmacology. Manikadai Nul is one of the investigative parameters in Siddha system of medicine. The proximal to the hand, that's the wrist portion, is measured by a rope. The assessment of rope by the fingers. The assessment of health based on the rope's total length. Muppu, superior form of salt or elixir to enhance the effectiveness of the medicine as well as our body. These are all some Varma points published by Shanmugamurthy Lakshmanan. These are all other exclusivities of Siddha system of medicine. There is Muliki Prayogam, Marana Prayogam, Dravaka Prayogam, Sayani Prayogam, and the Muppu Prayogam. These are all the unique internal medicine applications for the challenging diseases to the modern world. The next one is Sarakvaipu, art of preparing naturally available salts, minerals, and other materials artificially. There are 32 different types of internal medicines are available in Siddha system of medicine. Also, 32 types of external medications are present in this system. There is unique Siddha investigative parameters are available in Siddha system. Some exclusive Siddha preparations. The first one is Kattu. It is a consolidated vermilion. Some pashanas, that is, the toxic materials are made into solid substances which never vaporize, melt, dissolve in water by adding pure liquor or acids, juice, breast milk, or honey, and binding them. You all know the Palani hill in Tamil Nadu. This is one of the Siddha preparation by the Bohar, the Siddha Bohar. The second exclusive preparation is Urukko. Some metals and Bashana substances, after adding synergistic drugs, made it into a special vessel and blown using natural charcoal fire. This is the unique preparation in Siddha system. The third one is the Kalangu. Mercurial compounds are kept into Kodam. After burning them with liquid after victory, there is a unique preparation. They become beads and then gold zinc and are added to it. The next one is Churnam preparation. This is also mercurial preparation. Karpam is a rejuvenating drug. This is a process in which leaves, fruits, roots, processed salt, and metal are consumed in the specific dose for given period of time, along with the dietary regimen prescribed by the Siddhas. The next one is the Sattu preparation and the Gurukuligai. These are all the metals and mineral preparations. Then the treatment methods. First one is the human method. The treatment is rendered with the medicine prepared from the herbs. There is a juice, decoctions, and paste made from the leaves, fruits, etc. The second one is the divine method. It comprises the medicine prepared from mercury, sulfur, and other minerals such as Parpam, Kattu, Kalangu, Gurupilidai. This is the specific preparations mentioned by the ancients of the literature. The third one is the surgical method. It includes heat application, bone settings, blood letting methods, and leech applications. This is the direct delivery system of Siddha system of medicine. Kuppusamy, a cure employed by the application of drugs orally or topically, which stimulates the symptoms associated with the diagnosed disease. The example for the opera is homeopathic medicine. The second one is Edururai, cure by application of drugs which acts against the symptoms or disease. The classical example is antibiotics used in the modern medical system. The third one is Kalapurai, a cure by adopting the combination of the above two methods. The Siddha treatment, the main aim of the Siddha treatment is neutralization of altered bioenergetic principles and repairing the basic tissues of our body. The entire Siddha system of medicine consists of the three key steps. First one is the Kapu, prevention and protection of our body from the various ailments. The second one is the Nikam, removal of the disease and disability by use of 32 internal and external medications. Nirepu is restoration of the pupil to their full potential of good health after ailment. This is the description and definition of medicine by the Tirumoolar. மறுப்பது உடல் நோய் மருந்தலாகும், மறுப்பது உள நோய் மருந்தனச்சாலும், மறுப்பது இனி நோய் வாராதிருக்க, மறுப்பது சாவையும் மருந்தனலாமே. The explanation is medicine is one that cures physical ailment, psychological ailment, and medicine one that prevents ailment. The last and the special one is medicine was one that bestows immortality. These are some special techniques used in Siddha system of medicine for purification. The left side is the classical medicine, prepared medicine. The right one is nowadays we using these mechanical instruments for preparing Siddha preparation, preparing Siddha medicines. These are some special techniques used in Siddha system. So we are using metals like mercury, arsenic, gold for combating many diseases. The modern scientists are blamed the system that mercurial toxicity is it's toxic to the bone marrow, liver, and kidney. We used the metallic preparations to treat AIDS and cancers. We sent the mercury preparation to the central government. They analyzed it in Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. They found no trace metallic mercury present in Mesokanthi, that is our classical mercury preparation. They used XPS, that is X-ray photoelectron spectroscopic study. They found no mercury is available in this Mesokanthi preparations. In Tamil Nadu, that is 50,000 kilogram of Siddha metallic preparations are manufactured per year. This is for your information. The next stage is the investigative parameters of Siddha system of medicine. மதித்திடார் கருவை வாய்ந்த மான் பரிகாரம் எல்லாம் துதித்திட உணரானாயும் துகளற பிணியின் தன்மை உணரானாகில் பயனுறான். The assessment of sufferers by the experienced physicians, including the case history, symptoms, and empiricism, that is the unique Siddha diagnostic parameters, including Nadi is the one way which Siddha physician can reach the diagnosis and plan for the treatment. These are all the 8-fold methods of investigative parameters in Siddha system of medicine. The first one is the Nadi. Nadi investigation and estimation does not refer to the mere physical examination of the pulse wave of the arterial system as manifest in the wrist. As in the modern biomedical system, the pulse is merely read for its rate, rhythm, and volume, tension, refers to as indirect measure for pulse pressure. In Siddha system, healthful living Siddha physician is trained to rate the life force of a person by the fundamental assessing the fundamental bioenergetic principles. That is Vali, Adal, Ayam. The uniqueness of the Siddha system lies on the method of reading three life forces from the same apparently single palpable point at the wrist. The index for Vali, middle for Adal, ring finger for the Ayam. In the index finger, that is the we mentioned here is the one. That is the one bead-like projection. Bead-like projection is observed in the index finger is Vali. The gate is pen-like gate observed in index finger is called Vali or Vada or air principle of our body. The second one is off bead-like projection with tortoise gate observed in the middle finger is Adal. The third one is Ayam. That's snake-like movement with the quarter bead projection is observed in ring finger is Kabam or Ayam. This is the normal Nadi pattern. One off and the quarter projections are recorded in the gap. These are all the vital phenomenon for research of Nadi. Nadi should be felt, sensed, and not read. Procedure for identifying Vada, Pitta, Kapha depends on the thorough knowledge in ascertaining the flow on rhythm and the Nadi and the gait of the Nadis. The flow of Nadi to the front and to the reverse should be sensed. This is the unique concept in Siddha system of medicine is Guru Nadi. The biological force is instrumental in creating Vada, Pitta, Kapha Nadis, originates from the brain and flows through central nervous system, assess each and every cells and the basic principles of our body. It radiates as Vali, Adal, Ayam as per the body constitutions. Many Siddhas mentioned Nadi as a divine art. Also, Pavana describes as the divine art not available to art. This is the unique concept, Nadi and the six primary tastes. In right hand, Vali is represented by the Torpu taste, Adal by Uppu, Ayam by Inippu. In left hand, sour taste is assessed by Vada Nadi and bitter taste assessed by Pitta Nadi, and the pungent or hot taste is present in Ayya Nadi. These are the circadian rhythm of Nadi. The life forces are not uniformly felt throughout the day and night and through the seasons. The most suitable time of the day for the reading life forces are Vada Nadi is highly predominant in 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Adal 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Ayam is 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Suitable days for reading the Nadis. The Vada principle, that is the air force of our body, is predominantly manifested in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Sunday. In Thursday, during growing phase of the moon, Adal is predominantly observed by the Nadi system, and Vali is during the waning phase. This is the Nadi Mayakam, conditions contraindicated for Nadi reading. Immediately after oil bath, at the time of lunch, while waking, running, under the influence of alcohol, while suffering from the chronic diseases like diabetes, under fear, under influence of poisons, under the excitement like sorrow and anger and insanity, when hands are fractured, fasting, singing, dancing, during the menstrual cycles. These are all some dangerous signs in nadi. Depression or disappearance of first and second nadi, that is Vali and Alal nadi, with the doubling of Ayya. There is the Yatri nadi. This is mentioned in our ancient literature as travel to death. When Ayyam raises its forces and mixed with the Vali as Alal drops. When there is no relationship between the life forces, the fourth one is the pulsate like grasshoppers jump. When all the three nadis process slow the same pattern, the next is the sting of a scorpion. These are all some abnormal nadis. The first nadi, instead of one beat, the second. This is called as Valiyil Vali. Some important disorders are mentioned in the right side. There is arthritis, peripheral neuritis, and urinary tract infection are formed during this type of deranged Valiyil Vali nadi. That is Vada nadi. Some abnormal nadis are mentioned here. These are all some dreadful terminal diseases nadi are mentioned here. There is a HIV/AIDS nadi. Nadi pattern is like this. The previous is according to Siddha parameters. This is modern according to modern parameters. The viral load is 2,40,000 with opportunistic pneumocystic cariny with bacterial pneumonias. This is another highly deranged nadi pattern with HIV positive patients. The another important parameter, Siddha parameters, Neikuri, there is a unique urine examination. This is the early morning urine of a patient. Is analyzed by dropping 0.2 ml of gingerly oil on the surface of the urine sample. The accumulation, formations, and the dispersal under the sunlight was observed and the treatment initiated according to the formations. Some important formations are mentioned in the ancient literature by the Theria. The shapes of the oils of natural healthy body are mentioned in the literature are Arivaku Nattai, Ariyada Nattai, Aritaru Kuriya Maruvi Turke. There is a three patterns are mentioned in this ancient literature. There is one is king's throne, that is King Adanam or Ari Adanam. The second pattern is conch. The third pattern is resembles as lotus bud. These are all easily curable diseases patterns, pure with the snake, patterns of snake, ring formations, flower in full bloom. These are all some formations mentioned in the ancient literature as curable diseases. These are all the Asati Noigals formation, difficult to heal conditions are mentioned in the scorpion, and very rapid and spread of the drop of the skin. This one is the conch formation of the healthy body. I think you all should. This one is the. This one is the vessel. This is urine sample. This is the formation by the gingerly. This one is the peak of formation associated with the bronchopneumonia. This one is the formation of a pure with the ring associated with the jaundice formation, jaundice patient. This is a fist formation with viral fever. This is associated with the jaundice. This is on a slow dispersal. I think you all visual the oil formation. This is the urine sample. This one is the oil. This is associated with the jaundice. This is sieve formation associated with the rheumatoid arthritis. This is another type of sieve formation related to the diabetes mellitus. This is also diabetes mellitus. This is the phase of prehistoric animal associated with the HIV. This is big leaf formation associated with bronchial asthma. This was a sitting line associated with HIV positive patients with recurrent respiratory infection. This was the demon phase associated with HIV positive patients with pneumocystic carinary pneumonia. This one is the sitting owl formation associated with the HIV positive with the tuberculosis. This is one of the bad in flight associated with HIV positive patients with pneumocystis carinea and tuberculosis. This is moving tortoise associated with HIV positive patient. This is another formation. This is one of the HIV positive patients' urine sample formation. Formation of the devil's face with tongue protrusion. These patients succumb to the disease. This is mustard-like formation, skull formation. Here I would like to introduce my guide, Dr. C.M. Devanayagam. He is a allopathic doctor. He treated more than 1 lakh of HIV seropositive patients. He is a founder of Health India Foundation, pioneer of integrated Siddha and allopathic medical system. He treated with HIV positive patients more than 60,000 patients benefited from Siddha drugs. He used Rasagandhi Medupu, Amukra Churnam, and Nelika Legium. There is a RAN therapy in Tamil Nadu. This observation is published in the International Peer-Reviewed Journal in 2001. This is another success story of Siddha system. This is very successful in treating chikungunya, dengue, and swine flu. The main ingredients are Nelavengu, pepper, and dried ginger. In this slide, I mentioned some Siddha medicines are effective against various disorders. There is a diabetes mellitus, hypertension, infertility in male and female, skin disorders like psoriasis, eczema, vitiligo, gastric ulcer, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, and some joint disorders like spondylosis, gynecological disorders, respiratory diseases like bronchial asthma, epidemic of chikungunya, dengue, and the swine flu, and other epidemic disorders. These are all the conditions which are not clinically proven Siddha treatment are available for this condition. This is acute myocardial infarctions, complicated fractures, complicated delivery, acute viral infections, and many acute conditions. This is one successful story of treated with Siddha system neuroblastoma. one children came to our hospital with neuroblastoma. The age of the child is 3 months. Diagnosed as neuroblastoma of the adrenal gland with the secondary deposits in the liver. The enlargement of liver with irregular margin is the CT report. After 24 months of our Siddha drugs, the CT reported as normal echo texture of liver. The neuroblastoma cells, that is the cancer cells, completely replaced by the fatty tissue in the adrenal gland. Some conditions are mentioned in this slide. We are treating renal insufficiency, liver disorders like cirrhosis and hepatitis B, that is multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, extensive drug resistant tuberculosis, chronic diabetic ulcers, varicose vein and its complications, resistant opportunistic infections of HIV and AIDS. These are all some basic idea about Siddha system. Here the second part of our discussion with the simple ways to get better health. The first and foremost important thing one is the waking up early. According to Siddha system, 4:30 a.m. is the ideal time for waking up. The benefits are, gives you the better mental health, improved concentration and performance, gives you more time to exercise and yoga, helps you enjoying quiet time, that's a relaxation, less risk of anxiety and depression. There is a very, some neurotransmitters are mentioned in our ancient modern text. There is a gamma aminobutyric acid, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, nephrine, dopamine, serotonin are secreted in the early morning. There is a correctly secreted by corrected by the this good condition. Improves your quality of life is based on this condition. The second one is toothbrushing. We also avoid to artificial chemical-based toothpaste. The many toothpaste are based on this chemical, toxic chemicals. The one is triclosan. The second one is the sodium lauryl sulfate and nicotine and artificial sweetness and artificial coloring agents. Instead of using this chemical-based toothpaste, we used herbal-based tooth powder, that is Tribala Churnam 100 gram and clove powder 5 gram and the sea salt 5 gram. The mixture of this combination is very best for our system, especially cardiac tonic action and GI tract strengthening action are mentioned in the ancient literature. So we try to avoid artificial toothpaste. The tongue cleansing method, the uses of the tongue cleansing prevent halitosis, helps your body digestive system and assimilate the food, boost your immunity and also improve your brain function. The oil pulling. The uses of oil pulling increases the energy, detoxes the body, promotes oral hygiene, prevents many diseases through oil pulling. Why do we drink water in the morning? The 70% of the human body content is water. The bone also contains 25% of the water. The benefits of early morning drinking water is mentioned in this slide. At least 500 to 1.5 liters of water drink immediately after the waking up. In our India, the cold rice water, there is a Neeraharam mentioned in our Tamil literature, is a better for our system enhancement, also detoxification, and also the better healthy life. This is one of the important method. That's a bowel cleansing method. Instead of using Western type of toilets, use the Indian type of toilets. Many benefits are mentioned in our ancient literature, also the modern science. There are alternative instruments are available in the market for modifying Western to Indian type of toilets. The benefits are makes elimination faster, easier, and the more complete. It helps to prevent fecal stagnation. The fecal stagnation is uh, um, the most dangerous condition for colon cancer. Protects the nervous system, prevents the contamination of the small intestine. Use the thighs to support the colon and to prevent straining. So prevent hernias, diverticulosis, pelvic organ prolapse. Highly effective non-invasive treatment for hemorrhoids. For pregnant women, squatting avoid pressure on the uterus, and daily squatting helps prepare one for more natural delivery. Some simple home remedies for constipation is castor oil, Canibula fenugreek, that's the vendayam, 5 grams, 1 teaspoon in the early morning prevents the constipation. Sprouted green grams, grapes, ginger juice with palm sugar. The oil bath is very, very important for our general health. Some conditions are prevented by this oil bath. Oil removes the heat from the body, makes it cool free. It removes the dusty particles present in the skin. It improves the concentration and helps the healthy deep sleep. Regulates blood pressure and helps to keep body healthy. The last and the foremost important thing is removes free radicals from our body. The free radicals are the main culprits for our heart attack, joint disorders, and Alzheimer's disease. The ideal time for breakfast is 6:45 to 7:30 a.m. Lunch before 1 p.m. Dinner 6:30 to 7 p.m. You should avoid white sugar. Instead of white sugar, we use honey, palm sugar, and fruits. Instead of using table salt, we use sea salt, rock salt, and black salt. You should avoid chilies. Use pepper, ginger, and garlic. And avoid tamarind. Use the kokum. These are available in the American market. Kokum, Garcinia cambogia, also called as Malabar tamarind. Some of the foods we should avoid, that is white sugar, all the form of refined oils, maida, modified milk, artificial sweeteners and coloring agents. Take natural greens, vegetables, fruits, natural grains, natural homemade sweets. The next important thing is the sleep pattern. Sleep. At least 7 to 9 hours sleep is essential for our good health. Benefits of sound sleep is better health, better mood, lowers stress, better memory, concentration, stronger immunity, helps maintaining the blood sugar and blood pressure. Some solutions for sleeplessness: yoga, early morning waking up, early dinner, slow walking after dinner, poppy seeds, that is the kasagasa in Siddha, in Tamil mentioned as the poppy seeds, tea, nutmeg, that is the jarikai tea, amukura or ashwagandha churnam available in the market. This is very useful for treating the sleeplessness. These are all some important methods to prevent the disease. Nadi Sutti or detoxification methods. This once in every 4 months we also take have to take castor oil, ginger juice and honey, each 4 teaspoons in the early morning. This is the main detoxification. The eye drops. The very good eye drops is gingerly oil. Gingerly oil is the very good eye drops. 3 to 4 times per day is prevent many eye-related diseases. Nasal drops also useful for preventing the diseases. What remains to be done? This traditional Siddha knowledge has reappeared in modern medicine, but with limited understanding of the fundamentals of Siddha. Many Siddha medicines are clinically proved by many researchers for the many challenging diseases to the modern world. Exploration of the high potency formulations like Kattu, Kalangu, Padangam, Mani, Muppu, Gurupriya is very urgent. We need to form a team with all traditional physicians like tribal physicians, yoga physicians, modern biomedical physicians, and modern scientists to explore and enhance the unexplored and uncharted zones of this holistic Siddha system of medicine. Given the right opportunities, this system is expected to attain the ultimatum. And thank you very much. This is our website address, worldsiddha.org, siddhamd.com. These two are my email ID. And thank you one and all for giving me the reference. Any queries or questions?
You talked about treatment for HIV.
Yes.
I was thinking HIV is known as a modern disease. So
Yes.
apparently, that modern long time ago.
Yes, in Siddha system, there is 4,448 diseases are mentioned in ancient Siddha literature. One of the diseases mentioned in ancient literature is Make-a-Vente. This is more or less identical to the HIV disease. We treat HIV patients as Make-a-Vente in our system. The Rasarani Meluku or mercury preparations are mentioned in the ancient Siddha literatures.
So, how much is known about CNS disorders like bipolar, autism in the old Siddha literature? And what was the treatment available?
Yes, there are many autism-like disorders are mentioned in the ancient literature as Kriya. Some Brahmi Muthu, that is a field like preparations are mentioned in ancient Siddha literature. We are using that herbals and herbo-mineral preparation for the autism-like disorders in our clinic.
Progress going on like
Its promising results are observed in our. There is management is there in autism like.
You mentioned something about Nadi
Yes.
connection with breathing. Can
Yes.
you show how?
Yeah. You place it your single palpable point. You all pulsate with the index finger. You all should palpable with this index finger, or I I trained hands-on training. I use hands-on training. This is for your single power. You place it in the.
Maybe you can stand and everybody.
No, one can
Okay.
stand up and you can show.
Dr. Priya is here.
No, I mean,
No,
he can
you can
stand up and
yeah.
you can show.
Let's have a volunteer.
Okay.
Vikram, can you hold it?
This is the point. Oh, this one is the point. All are failed. I think all are failed. Just 1 inch below that. Proximal to this. Okay. I think you are not. May Priya may help. Is Dr. Priya, Ayurvedic physician.
We see only the pulse, right? Everything else is right.
I feeling a pulse with index finger. Feeling is that? This is your air force of your body. You place it over the middle finger. The same point. The same point. And then ring finger. Are same or different? Different or same?
You want
This-
to place all three?
All the three fingers. Only one, first index finger, and then middle finger, and then at the same single palpable point. One at a time. One at a time. Huh?
Which hand would you have?
Any right or left. Usually for female left hand, for male right hand, but you may use any.
What we do, we count from.
This is many things are. Yes, many things we observe through this body.
So we should not do self-diagnosis.
It's not a diagnosis. This is for observation. So all the three are same or different? Different. This is the base for Nadi. This is the uniqueness of Nadi. Okay. We measure air principle through index finger, heat principle through middle finger, and cold or IM principle through ring. Okay. All are interested. So I read. These are all the some phenomena for reading the pulse. Okay. What are the other questions? Yes.
Really, like schizophrenia is common, but not common in the sense one person, but people get hospitalized and
Yes.
we have expensive medicines now.
Yeah.
I read something about reserpine, Ravalpia serpentine or something
Yes.
from India. Can you tell us a little bit more about what Siddha system knows about the schizophrenia and the treatment?
We are trying to treat schizophrenia through some Siddha drugs. There is a Brahmi and Vallari. There is a Manduga Prani in the Central Asiatic as the earth. some pure like preparations, pure conch and coral based medicines are useful in treating the schizophrenia. Not completely cured, we are trying to search for other best remedies.
Have you found the graph of the
Yes.
pulse?
All based on our registration. It's not mechanically reported. It's man-made.
No, the question, same question asking in a different way. How do we identify our bodies and get the pattern?
Identify nodi based on that one wheat-like projection is 1 unit. Wheat-like projection. Do you understand? No. Do you know wheat? Yes. Wheat-like projection is mentioned in the 1 unit. Okay. This is the unit 1 of water is 1 wheat-like projection of wheat-like projection, quarter wheat-like projection.
Wheat projections comes out.
Comes out from the baseline.
We call the reach or the thickness.
Thickness of the wheat.
So we know based on this one, which is Vada,
Pitta and Kapha.
what's the body?
Body type. There's what's the pattern of
Pattern of,
pattern.
which is, yeah.
There's two things were observed through the nodi. One is the projection. Second one is the gate. Gate like pen and the projection like the wheat.
So first one index is wheat.
Full wheat with pen like gate.
It means it indicates the strength of the body.
Yes. Strength of the air.
If it's a good, then it's like that.
It's a normal process.
It's also
Instead of one, we can observe of there is a disease pattern. These are all some abnormal nodis. Instead of one, there is a half projection which is observed in this. In this medicine, we diagnosed with the gastric and duodenal ulcer and constipation, body pain. In this pattern, a numbness of our body, some heart disease, epilepsy, and sinusitis.
So is there any attempt to stimulate the 3 sensors using modern
There is no modern instrument is assessing the node. This is the only three instrument is
Yeah.
these three only.
So it's more like a feeling rather than the.
Yes, it's a feeling.
Just feeling.
It's not
This one more like-
it's a feeling of this is a divine art according to Siddhas. Not to all. Yes. Some.
You can answer that.
Okay.
The Siddha system believing association cholesterol with heart disease, so there will be medicines.
In Siddha system, cholesterol is not a problem. We can't treat hypercholesterolemia according to Siddha system. Yeah. Cholesterol is very, very vital role in preventing heart disease according to Siddha system. Yes, that's why we give coconut and horse ghee to the cardiac patients.
You know this is an ancient science.
Yes.
I'm just curious, what was the recent input or addition in terms of the philosophy and knowledge of saying the last second idea of one? No, we know it's an
Ancient science, okay.
I understand the base comes from.
Okay.
Is there any significant contribution happening in the past?
Yeah. Past 400 years, there is no specific contribution to the system. So recent days, we are trying to fulfill with the Dr. Shanmugamurthy.
second question. I actually am a flavor and
Oh,
I know we have this results and like probably very good understanding and a lot of awareness around it. But a corollary of this is a one mode system which is working. They don't seem to have any particular interest on and doesn't seem to have much awareness there. Is there anything happening around that area?
One more. There is many Burma teaching centers in Tamil Nadu. Okay. There is no basic degree for that degree, that ranges. That is no specific age limit. No, there is no specific degrees needed for the training. There is many Burma centers. The preliminary and advanced Burma techniques are teach by many asanas.
But no government approved for this.
Yes, no government policy.
Which is the different from Siddha? I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
This is a part of Siddha. Burma. Burma is a unique science of Siddha system. This is teach by many teachers in Siddha in Tamil Nadu.
I had a couple of questions. First, pardon my ignorance. Is this a subsystem of Ayurveda? What is the relationship between the Siddha system and the Ayurvedic system? That is my first question.
Okay.
And second question is, of late, what have been the efforts or the attempts made at a whatever level, it could be global level, community level, national level, to bring the Siddha system into the mainstream science? Because even in United States, there's a lot of interest, even in the MD students, or even in the doctors community, to integrate basically the ancient systems with the modern for the benefit of people, and to bring the best of both worlds in the holistic medicine space. So, what are the efforts being done? So,
this is the question answered by Dr. Shanmugamurthy. He's the right person to answer this.
Let's take a few more questions, then we will get to that.
We'll get back to
First question is, this is the unique system of Tamils. There's some difference in Ayurveda and Siddha. We used more metals, minerals, and salts rather than Ayurveda. Okay. They used herbal-based medicines. There is aristums and also decoctions. This is according to some literature analysts and archaeologists. There are some ancient than Ayurveda. They postulate that.
you mentioned something about the mercury detox.
Yes.
And you also mentioned a report. I was a bit confused that if you are using mercury in the origin of as a matter to originate the medication, how come the report says so? And also I read somewhere, I could be wrong here, correct me, that you create new elements by combination of
Yes.
metals. So how is that possible? Because the basic elements remain the same.
Okay. We are using mercury as a part of prepared medicine, but using mercury with sulfur and other herbal ingredients to transmute the basic element to another element. That's why the X-ray photon spectroscopy study didn't identify the mercurial base elements. That's a transmutation. According to Siddha system, alchemy, the transmutation of one element to another. This is the base for our medicine preparation.
What is the process? What is the process that undergoes to transmute?
There are many processes today. There is 32 types of medicine preparation methods are mentioned in ancient system. One is Pattam, Chanduram, Kattu, Melangu. There are many types, many preparations. First, proper purification, proper preparation methods, and proper dosage is very important to treat the cancer-like diseases.
Following the same question, actually, when you present the mercury, so you said they were doing a test.
Yes.
What I thought, see, they use the metal. In the test, they were looking for the metal or metal salts. I thought the metal is converted into metal salts. So if they're doing the metal, they won't see the metal. So I thought it is converted into metal salts, but now we are telling there's no mercury.
There is no free mercury.
That's what, yeah. There is no mercury. There is no like trans metallation or anything. Mercury is converted into metal salts. So the test is only looking for the free metal, which is toxic. The metal salts are not toxic because we use in the like fillings in your canals and your.
I don't know the specific.
No, I just want to know that they don't see any metal at all.
So
they are looking for only free metal.
Yes, free mercury. Yes. There is no free mercury available in this.
There is free mercury. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. Because the test is only for the test is only for the existence of free metal, not metal salts.
The process he is doing on the base matter would transform into a compound. So you are not looking for the compound in the test, you are looking for the base matter, mercury itself. So you will not find it because it has undergone.
It is converted in this like so sodium to sodium chloride, right? Sodium metal catches fire, sodium chloride heat every day. So it's something like that. So the metal is toxic. So when you use the sulfur, it becomes like a salt. So that's not toxic.
We have lots of over-the-counter modern medicines for general treatments, like for body pain, headache, or rashes, or all those things. So, is there a place where we can go and buy Siddha medicines to replace the modern medicines, which I'm guessing they will have minimal side effects compared to modern medicines?
There's a preferred medicine only prescribed by the Siddha physicians only, but many home remedies are available in our Siddha system. This is entirely different. For example, ginger juice with honey to treat gastric reflux or gastric regurgitation, or arrowroot powder. Do you know arrowroot? The porridge prepared from arrowroot kanji is the treatment for irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease. These are all you mentioned about counter sales. These are all the home remedies mentioned in the system. But prepared medicine like Rasagandhi Madugu and mental mineral preparations are only prescribed in the system. No counter sales is available.
So the home remedies methods, is it available on your website?
We are now I am preparing the home remedy book for all the ailments.
Another most common thing, not modern kids are getting even like adults with allergies.
Allergies.
Yeah.
What are the home remedies?
Yeah, home remedies or I mean, there
are many prepared medicines are available in the system. The home remedies for allergies, that is that you mean respiratory allergy?
Dust, pollen, or the
okay.
Nuts and all.
Nuts allergies. Okay. These are the main home remedies are neem, tulsi, and pepper. Decoction made up of pepper with the tulsi or tulsi, pepper, honey. Take 1 teaspoon in the early morning is preventing this type of disease.
What's going organic in this, right?
Yes. The many home remedies are available in the system.
The ones that you mentioned, do they apply to where we live? Tamil Nadu is a tropical climate. This place has a cold climate too. So taking an oil bath to reduce the body, does that apply anytime, anywhere?
One quote is you all know, Yadu More Yavaram Kele. This is the universal method for preventing the disease is oil bath. and other basic methods to prevent the disease are same to Tamil Nadu and US also. I mentioned this only. Unique Siddha preventing methods are mentioned in this class.
Just a quick question. The timing for breakfast, etc., is probably depends on
the appetite only.
Right, but depends on the time. Of
Yes,
the day,
sunrise. Okay.
Sunrise time.
Sunrise. The best appetite in before 4 o'clock is best.
What about in between snacks?
It's highly. It's not advised by Siddha system. In between snacks is completely prohibited by
There is a people say that it's better to have small meals 5 times instead of big meals 3 times.
It's not advised in Siddha system. It's not very useful to the for our body and clinical conditions.
So you recommend 3 times?
2 times is enough. If needed, third time is fruit meals. That's fruits and nuts. That's the third one. Evening, night, dinner.
Breakfast and dinner?
Breakfast and lunch. With the greens, vegetables, and any rich, nutritious foods.
Does the system have any recommendations fasting every 2 weeks? That is part of the system?
It's not mentioned in normal conditions. If you have fever or you have a Vata-like disease, to take without any food. Only honey with hot water is advisable in those cases.
You mentioned one remedy which had honey, lemon, and castor oil.
Honey, lemon, and castor oil for a bowel cleansing method. Each 4 teaspoons.
Can you tell me, I understand the function of honey and lemon, I don't understand castor oil. Can you tell me what that is? And can you tell me, is there an alternative?
Castor oil is available here too.
Yeah, but can you tell me, is there an alternative?
The 3 things: castor oil 4 teaspoons, ginger juice 4 teaspoons, and honey 4 teaspoons. Alternate to castor oil?
Yes.
This is the easy and safe method mentioned in the. I think any alternate for castor oil?
Flaxseed oil is a very good alternative to regulate your bowel movements.
Okay, that's a good flaxseed oil. There is a instead of castor oil, you take 5 teaspoons of flaxseed oil.
How about Karunya?
Karunya is the laxative. It's not a purgative. This is purgative-like action. Bowel cleansing is entirely different from laxatives.
But that was the research it said. There is no difference between sugar and honey. Honey is just sugar.
No, it's not.
The question is, what is the source?
It's entirely different. Honey, we used honey for treating diabetes. Okay. Honey and sugar is entirely different. White sugar is poisonous material. White sugar and table salt and maida are toxic to our system. Honey is the treatment of the food. It's not identical or safe.
The system treat.
Yes.
Any principles are.
Yes, lifestyle modification and many drugs are available in the system to treat diabetes mellitus. My PhD research program is to treat diabetes mellitus. For weight reduction, you take raw vegetable juice and raw grape juice. I mentioned on alternate to tamarind. There is a kokum. Kokum juice is very useful to treat obesity. Kokum. This botanical name is Garcinia cambogia. Tamil name is Kudapuli or Padampuli. Kudapuli. Kerala Puli.
Last final two questions.
A lot of mentions about avoiding wheat. Wheat is not a good food. You also mentioned maida is not good. Is that mentioned also?
Yes. In the ancient Siddha literature, not mentioned the wheat. So we in recent studies, wheat contains the gluten. I think wheat induce some allergic reactions like psoriasis, allergic manifestations to the some individuals. So we try to avoid wheat for all. Take ragi and other millets available in the market.
Our question. In Siddha medicine, is diabetes a reversible condition or is it in Western it's you get treated and still have it, or is it reversible?
We reverse diabetes mellitus through our system. Yes, reversible. In some conditions, without medicine, we reverse this condition. With Siddha lifestyle and other food restrictions, we reverse it.
So when you said lifestyle modifications, what do you mean by that?
Avoiding these items I mentioned in the slides: early morning wake up and yoga, meditation, and using some seeds like the natural pure seeds, and some lifestyle modification and food modifications.
The keeper that we get here
I-
is very similar to Tinai and Margo.
Okay, it's also good. It looks like it's not a dangerous thing. It's very good for our health, I think. It's coming from South America, I think.
Peru, Bolivia.
Is there any alternate for insulin for type 1? Is there anything that
It's not available in the system for type 1 diabetes. We are searching.
Any final question?
If there are no final questions, I will call upon Dr. Shanmugamurthy Lakshmanan. He's a research scientist at Harvard Medical Center it's at the Wellman Center for Photo Medicine at Harvard Medical School in Massachusetts. He's a research scientist there, working with nanotechnology and Siddha Ayurveda field. So your question will be answered by him, and I'll also request him to speak. We have his speech after lunch, so you can get more about him at that time.
Ramasamy. It's a wonderful talk. But Shunmugam is actually bringing the ancient system to light. And here we have doctors and engineers. We're asking questions. Actually, if you understand what is a paradigm shift, if you understand a paradigm shift, you cannot equate. If you say HIV is not HIV 4,000, 5,000 years back. You cannot, they're trying to see if we can have something, all the diseases have been mentioned, 4,448. All these things
they're trying to correlate with the modern, and what happens is many modern ancient doctors, they're trying to now support the modern medicine, right? Actually, that's what is happening. But in fact, if you understand the paradigm shift, it is a standalone science, and the standalone science will have standalone answers. Answers are paradigm shift, the answers are as it is. But it's not come in a modern form. It's not upgraded to a modern form, right? So for example, I eat only twice per year, but I eat Vedic food. So Vedic food is designed on, what kind of food you eat. I mean, what type of food you eat during when you're doing birth, right? But then I am eating quinoa, upma, and all kind of millet and other things. Now I go to the same person and ask, what is quinoa taste like? He cannot answer. It's impossible to answer. And this acceptance we should have, but the truth is truth. Whatever they wrote is very regional. So that's why in all the tradition, what in Ayurveda or Siddha, what they mention is, you have the medicine in the regional. So here you have kale, for example. What property does kale have? We may already be doing that, but we don't know. So the categorizing these things, we need lot of people put together and discuss, like what we do, modern scientists do, like that. All people need to come forward to do this. So that's why we have brought Dr. Selva Shanmugam here, and we have other people coming. So this is the first thing that we are doing. I'm the Vice President for World Institute for Scientific Exploration, through which I am the head of the Indian Division of Sciences, to bring all the traditional knowledge into things. So this is very, very preliminary for a modern, because we have words. Modern science is developed so much that we use so much words that the ancient scientists cannot understand, and they need not understand too. But if they understand that, if they are able to understand that, even modern science, it is a real plus. You can even answer those questions not based on the fundamentals of modern science, but based on the fundamentals of ancient science. You are able to answer these questions. So it's a you can build house with a brick. You can also build a house with wood, right? So you're asking, you go to a wood house and you're asking, okay, shall I dismantle it? And you're expecting, can you expect brick there? You cannot. So the way this is structured is different. For example, in our modern science, we are structuring everything based on the cell. Cell is the very fundamental. But in ancient science, it is still subtler. That is, fundamental energy particles or Panchabhutas are the fundamentals. So Panchabhutas are energy level. It is not on a cellular level. So the answers will be based on those. It's called femtotechnology, right? So it will be based on that. So that is what they are giving. And this knowledge of femtotechnology, this is a paradigm shift you take as it is. So wheat means there is no calibration, for example. Those days it was wheat. So what is the calibration now? So you are talking about, we have Veda pulse, they are doing pulse. They are doing measurement. Some people can take measurement. But how accurate like a human? So how much can we rely on human beings? So in the future, human beings could be a real detectors. We can be real detectors. We can trust people based on psychological parameters. You can take psychology. Okay, you got treatment. That's the statistics. Social statistics kind of. Okay, so here we have this Dr. Shunmugam. So what happened? How did I get contact with him? Well, this is the first time I'm seeing him, right? So my father is crossed 70 years old, but he had a problem. like an ulcer kind of thing. Some he could did the endoscopy and then they saw some small dot appearing. So I want to do like a paradigm shift to erase this, but it's not me, it's my father, right? For me, I can die any way you want, but my father, I'm scared. But I tried this, they throw all the medicines, modern medicine, God say, right? They throw everything, my parents, and they wanted to do something like, can we cure in other ways, So then I approached different, okay, let's do this, but we have to be careful, right? Because what is carrying us in modern science is the system is carrying us. Oh, what happens if you don't do that, right? It's true that for mortality and morbidity, there's no statistics. You cannot say a person will survive or not. It's impossible in modern medicine. The only thing, so that time I realized, okay, we can do this. Then I, I included, I got introduced somehow through, I think, this Partha, right? Parthasarthi. And then I said, let us see, and he gave some arrow root thing, right? And he's getting better. So then he removed that completely, so the paradigm shift that the memory is completely gone. And we did some psychological treatment also. So memory is very important. The memory is also creating disease, different part of disease. So the different parameters. So whatever you look, that really works. So why different medicine, different kind of people are talking different things. So where do we do standardization? There are things that we can be standardized, things we don't have to. So that's what we have to look here. So I would really thank Dr. Shanmugam coming here. Who will do this just to free of service? Imagine somebody standing here and free of service. They're doing all over the world, right? It is precious. It's so much precious because it's given free. We think it's of no value. It's highly valued. We respect that. And it's a great honor, sir, having you.
Thank you, Dr. Selva. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful speech. We started out with geography, with Kumarikandam and history, and then we went to metallurgy and medicine and how you can use small things in your daily life to lead a better life. So it was. It seems like he has covered everything, but I know we have only scratched the surface, and there's a lot more to the science than that was discussed here. So this is just an awareness session. Of course, no 2 hours or 3 hours is going to be enough to learn full science, but I hope you will all have taken home something to remember. This concludes the first session. Just a few announcements before we all leave is that we have some books in the back. All the books are pertaining to spirituality, ancient science, basically. So please feel free to go take a look, and if you want any books, please purchase them. We also have a donation box. You can get a check or cash in it. This is just so that we can cover the cost of hall rental and flight tickets and other expenses. I really have to say, not only have they come here to do the lecture free of cost, but most of the delegates have put money out of their own pockets to come here, which I don't think most people would ever do in today's world. So if we can at least reimburse them their cost, that would be really great. So please do it. We also have a website where you can donate if you don't have the money right now. It's ucarrying.com/ancient science. ucarrying.com/ancient science. It is there in the website. Yeah, it is there in all the, it's there in all the, the Eventbrite that was sent out and all the pamphlets, it's there everywhere. If you go back tonight and look at it, you will see it. And just,
Quick announcement. I have a real quick announcement. In the afternoon session, I'm going to talk about developing a Veda University. Next week it's going to come up. So interested people, please attend the talk in the afternoon. So how we are going to develop this, bringing the ancient science to this episode.
yeah, so our afternoon session starts at 1:15. So if you need to go grab lunch, please do and come back at 1:15. Even if you have not registered, I think we have enough space to allow extra
If you're not
people.
registered, come and
Yeah.
show.
So if you haven't registered, it's fine. You can still show up. The session starts at 1:15 in this building, but in the auditorium, not in this room. It's in the auditorium. And the afternoon session is actually two. One will be the keynote speech by Dr. Shanmugamurthy, and we also have Science of Enlightenment and Immortality by Kuppusamy. I love this. So here also. So thank you all for coming.
Because I realized I'm parking. I parked in a 2 hours.
There is a lot of parking in the back.